April's results for the Tri-Valley real estate market are in, and it's not what you think. I've got all the details, and it's coming up. Stay tuned. Hi, this is Warren Oberholser. My channel's all about residential real estate. I'm located in Northern California, San Francisco region, and more specifically in the East Bay Tri-Valley area. I cover everything from the latest real estate news and market updates to my city reviews. So, if this sounds interesting, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. I just completed the stats for the month of April for residential real estate in the Tri-Valley area. Gonna tell you, I was actually surprised. As I always say, real estate is hyper-local, and it's crucial to understand the real estate market you want to live or sell your property in. It's equally as important to understand the buyer activity that is specific to your price point. So don't worry, I'm gonna break all this down for you. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to begin with looking at the Tri-Valley as a whole. Clearly, when looking at this, it shows active inventory when compared to pending and sold comps are down. We also saw this in the first quarter. Since the beginning of last December, sales volume has been flat. We're now going to take a deeper dive on each city, breaking down and comparing the activity above and below the median list price. The median is a numeric value that separates the high half of a set from the lower half. So for example, if we look at my hometown in Pleasanton, there were 30 comps sold in total, and the median list price was basically $1,699,000, or in the scheme of 30 properties, it was right in the middle at number 15. So we're now going to look at all the sold properties below that median price point. We had 3 properties sold below the list price, 10 above the list price, and 1 at the list price. Looking at the sold comps above the median price point, we have 3 below the list price, 6 above the list price, and 6 at the list price. When we look at the average buyers paid over the list price, below the median price point, buyers paid on average $115,636 over the list price. Above the median price point, buyers paid on average $117,054 over the list price. Now, as we move forward with the remaining 5 cities in my Tri-Valley April market report, I'm going to cut to the chase by just giving you the totals above and below the median list price. Okay, let's go to Livermore. Below the median price point, buyers paid on average $85,000 over the list price. Above the median price point, buyers paid on average $67,065 over the list price. Here's Dublin, looking at properties sold above the median list price. They had 30 sold properties in April. Below the median price point, buyers paid on average $100,436 over the list price. Above the median price point, buyers paid on average $198,461 over the list price. Let's go to San Ramon. They had 46 sold properties in April. Looking at sold properties below the median price point. Below the median price point, buyers paid on average $121,765 over the list price. Above the median price point, buyers paid on average $118,716 over the list price. Let's go to Danville. They had 36 sold properties in April. Looking at properties sold below the median price point. Below the median price point, buyers paid on average $49,875 over the list price. Above the median price point, buyers paid on average $122,083 over the list price. Now, I've always said that Alamo sort of stands alone being so unique. One, it's the smallest city in the Tri-Valley area, and it's the most expensive cost of living when you look at housing. So let's look at these numbers and see how they compare to the rest of the cities in the Tri-Valley area. Below the median price point, buyers paid on average $121,000 over the list price. Above the median price point, buyers paid on average $85,000 over the list price. Keep in mind, buyers did pay over asking on several properties in Alamo. However, if we just looked at the total difference between list price to sold price, buyers paid $675,807 less than the list price. So Alamo, again, is quite unique, and apparently these properties were priced just a little too aggressive, so the buyers negotiated and they paid less. So what do we take from all this, or what's the bottom line? Well, clearly, inventory is still record low, and buyers are willing to pay for it. If you're thinking about listing a home, you want to make sure that you do what I just showed you here. You want to run the comparisons so you know where your property should be priced best, so you can generate activity. Hopefully you can get more than one offer, and you can get your offer accepted well above the asking price. If you're a buyer, well, the same thing goes true. You want to know what your competition is at. Don't come at this by watching these other channels that talk about in some other city or state that, you know, prices are being dropped and buyers are going away and sellers are having to give their property away. That's not the case here in the Tri-Valley. So it's important to understand real estate is hyperlocal and what's going on in your particular area so that you can put your best foot forward when you are either selling or purchasing a home. Now, for buyers, interest rates have gone up, and there's two things that can happen from that. One, it can cool the buyer pool. So buyers may pull back a little bit, thinking I'll wait until interest rates go down and then I'll try to get in. Or it could actually stimulate them to think, wow, I better get at this now and buy and get my house into contract before the interest rates go up anymore. It's hard to say. Historically, when interest rates start to go up, buyers tend to pull back a little bit. If you're trying to buy a property that's below that medium price point where the activity is so aggressive, this is a time you want to get in there now and see if you can get a deal together. So what's also important about this, not just getting a good price, but having your contract be whole, which means if you're financing, you want to have your loan contingency in place, your appraisal contingency in place, and you also want to have your investigation contingency so that you can run inspections. If there's some issues you found, you have the option to either negotiate with the seller or cancel the contract and get your earnest money back, as opposed to competing with other buyers who are willing to just take all those contingencies away. It makes it really tough for you to get a fair contract accepted. And now let me hear from you. What are your thoughts on the real estate market as we go forward this year? Please put your comments down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Post any questions or comments you may have down below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider doing so you don't miss anything. If you found this video was interesting, you may want to watch these other two that are starting to pop up because I go into more detail on what's going on with real estate for this year. So stay tuned. I'll have more helpful videos like this coming soon. Please reach out to me for any of your real estate questions or needs, and I wish you all the best on your home journey.